First, make a drawing of your design on a piece of paper and start copying it on a piece of glass with your paintbrush. Make the black lines first. Now you can add all the colors that will appear to reflect light. At this time you can add any color you like. I recommend that you start from the center and move to the corners. Keep adding more colors. Now that we are done with the first layer of paint, it should look something like this. Here we add the background to solidify the painting. In my case, I chose a color that best matches the original color of my handle, but you can add any color you like. Give your painting 40 minutes to dry before this step. Now we start to remove the painting from the glass, very slick with a razor blade. Take your time, we don't want to ruin the piece or risk injury by rushing this process. After removing the painting from the glass, we are left with this flexible sticky sheet of paint. It can stick to itself very easily, so be careful not to fold it. I recommend that you use the same acrylic paint as glue. If you use any kind of glue or another substance rather than the paint, you risk bubbling or cracking of the piece. Start pressing the painting on the handle very gently and slowly to make sure it's going evenly. Don't put too much pressure when applying the piece, that way we prevent leaving marks, tearing and/or fingerprints. Before it dries, make sure to push out any bubbles left with a thick paintbrush and afterwards let it dry for 30 minutes. Now that we are ready to add the lacquer, I recommend that you build a small structure under the handle. I use a piece of wood and hot glue to stick it together and a piece of paper where the screwdriver goes so the lacquer doesn't get inside the hole. After applying your product, make sure that it drips evenly from a single spot. In my case, I chose this specific corner, so when it dries, it will be easier to remove and it will be less noticeable. After you let it dry for 8 hours, you can put it back on your gun. It should look something like this. In my case, I chose a dragon theme to make it match. If the screw of the handle gets on the way of your painting, you can also paint it. In my case, it was between the pupil and the iris of the dragon eye. If you choose to paint the screw, make sure to file it down before applying any paint, so it sticks to it and doesn't rub off. That will be it for this tutorial. If you like my videos and want to see more, please like, share and subscribe. I'll be uploading more videos of each project I've done as soon as I have them ready. Thank you and have a good one.